Hello VC. Right, straight into it. This is a recent haul from one charity shop near where I live. 13 records, all £1 each. Some hits, some meh, some complete and utter misses, and I question why I picked them up in the first place. So I'll run through it. First one was Ghostbusters, 12-inch of Ghostbusters. The B-side is the dub version, which I haven't played yet. I doubt that's going to be like Scientist or anything like that. I think it's just be Ghostbusters with a heavier bass line on it. Yeah, couldn't leave that there for £1. Not sure how many times I'll be playing it, but second pickup was then Jericho, their album First, The Sound of Music. I've had these records for about a week now. I haven't actually got round to playing this one, but looking forward to trying this out. Never really got into then Jericho back in the day, but I'll give it a spin. And I was picking that up for £1. Third on the list, terrible album cover, absolutely hideous, but surprisingly pretty good music. It's sort of new wavy, sort of post-punk. The band are called Fisher Z. Never heard of them before. Never heard of them. Don't think they're an English band. The album's called Going Deaf for a Living. It came out in... When did this come out? I'm guessing 1980, 79 by the sound of it. Yeah, 1980. So it has got that kind of new wavy type sound to it. Nice vinyl, nice and clean for £1. Kind of nice in it, pretty nice in the sleeve. But the actual album cover itself is an abomination, absolute abomination. It's a pneumatic drill drilling a concrete ear, and it's called Going Deaf for a Living. I mean, the symbolism is so subtle, but decent album though. That will be going into my record collection, I think, as will this. So, Sound of a Drum by Ralph McDonald, 1976. Very sort of hard to describe really. Very sort of jazzy record with lots of drum over it basically, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It actually is quite reminiscent of a kind of late 70s B horror movie soundtrack. To some people that sounds awful, but that's kind of right up my street really. Really enjoyed this. Again, nice clean copy. It's not worth a fortune, probably a tenner on Discogs, but yeah, kind of got a good sense when I saw this that this would be kind of up my street really, quite jazzy and yeah, quite funky. Like it. This one again, Jimi Hendrix, The Eternal Fire of Jimi Hendrix. It was kind of one of those budget Hendrix releases back in the day. It's Jimi Hendrix with Curtis Knight. It's kind of very kind of scraped off the studio floor kind of sound to it, but slightly different versions of some of his tracks and some tracks that I've never heard before. It's actually pretty good. It's not, the production's not great and it's not recorded brilliantly, but it's got merit. It's kind of very a lot of instrumentals. Yeah, it's not bad, but it was not worth a great deal of money. Probably again, you know, £5 to £10 on Discogs. Yeah, as I say, a fairly budget release, but yeah, decent ones having the collection. Next up is Judy Collins, True Stories. This is called. Really nice folk album, actually. Really nice listen. One song written by Stephen Stills, or recorded with Stephen Stills. But yeah, it's a nice listen, a nice pickup. Don't have any Judy Collins in my record collection. It's on the old Elektra label, and again, really clean copy. And again, this will be going into my collection. Next up, never heard of this person before. Someone called Melanie from 1974. Garden in the City. She's got a kind of a sort of warbling kind of folk voice, which can get a little grating, but it's a nice listen. It's a nice album. It's some nice relaxing acoustic guitar. I mean, again, no marks for subtlety with the album cover, Garden in the City, and even in the corner, I don't know if you can see here, it says, "Rub gently to release the magic of Melanie's garden." And even though this album's about 50 years old, if you do give that a rub, you do get a kind of very sort of synthetic pine smell emanating from the record sleeve, which is interesting. Also, the other thing I've noticed is that on the back, it's got the track listing here in the corner, and it says, "Please note, track titles are not in running order." Why? Why are they not in running order? There's 10 tracks on this album. It's not like there's 150 tracks. Why aren't they in running order? Just very odd design decision there. Okay. A pure nostalgia buy for £1. I'm not leaving this in the charity shop. I can't really exactly think of a time or an occasion where I will play it, except probably when one day I've got grandchildren who are sort of 2 or 3 years old. Then this will become a delight and it will be rapidly introduced. But yeah, it's got stories about Mr. Messy, Mr. Snow, Mr. Daydream, Mr. Bounce, Mr. Mean, and Mr. Chatterbox. Yeah, I'm more of a Mr. Grumpy, I think. Final few now. This is a Reader's Digest box set. Tommy Dorsey. It's basically a 5 LP box set. Not going to get the actual records out. Really mint condition, absolutely mint condition. Not the sort of thing I would usually consider picking up, but it was, I think it was £1.75. So this wasn't £1, this is £1.75. This is the only one that wasn't £1. But it's, you know, I do quite like swing music, you know, just background when you're working in the afternoon at home, as I do so often these days. And it's like being in the Shining film, basically. It's like existing in that in the nicest possible way, just this kind of very sort of gentle 1930s 40s swing music just simmering away in the background whilst you're working at home on your laptop. Yeah, pretty nice, I like it. Now we come to the absolute dross. So don't know why I picked this up, absolutely no idea. It's got a nice sleeve, which I'll probably use for another record. Megamix non-stop super disco party. So it's very kind of a Euro, mid-80s kind of Euro, the sort of thing you'd be hearing in, you know, on a resort in Benidorm in 1985. I've given it a spin. To be fair, it's not completely without merit. You know, it's the mixes are quite they're okay. They're okay. I'm not sure how many times I'll be playing this, and I'm not sure whether this is going to be promoted into my actual record collection. I think I may be recycling this one. I certainly will be recycling this. I thought this would be kind of a bit of a hit. I thought this would be like it looked like a, you know, a new wavy type album. I knew nothing of Voyage, and I wish I still knew nothing of Voyage. I played it, and I ripped it off the turntable within about 30-40 seconds. I'd heard enough by then. It was, I think the first track I played was Music, and I just thought it was just abhorrent. 1980, but the production sounds very 80s. 1980, it should be quite new wavy, post-punk, and the cover kind of gives that impression really, but no, don't be fooled. It's just rubbish. As is this, in my opinion. Anyway, I think this is a Portuguese band, Jafumega. Back in the day, it was 495. I'm guessing that's what was Portuguese currency pre-euro, escudos, 495 escudos, whatever that was in pounds, probably £5. Kind of Ricardos. Again, I thought maybe kind of talking heads-ish, new wavy-ish. No, abs couldn't be further from the truth. It's just 1983 at its absolute worst. Picked this up purely to recycle. I know a lot of people collect kind of Care Bears kind of memorabilia, and this is a 1984 album from the sort of height of the Care Bears, and yeah, I'll probably just recycle this, or sort of flip it for a tenner, hopefully, or on eBay. I think this one. I don't think this is going into my record collection. So there you go, very sort of eclectic charity shop finds there. I've got to stop picking up, taking a punt on stuff. I mean, a pound ago, why not, frankly? There was some decent hits there, but, 3-4 out of the haul were just appalling. But I suppose I've got 10 that can go, that merit going into my record collection. Anyway, that's it. Thought you'd be interested. Cheers. Bye.